I love it. These teams, their aggressive play styles and confidence definitely showing.
Yeah, he completely mispredicted the direction in which Lunar was going to go in that scenario. So costly throwing out your full combo there. I mean, he has to build that meter for his bomb, and that's really where Tracer gets her kill potential. So she's going to have to farm a little bit. They're actually even leaving Brightwing in top 4 a short while. Now phase shifting in. The shield's there on Equinox. He's actually going to have to rewind pretty darn quickly. Yes, gets on out, but the Gust disengaging, leaving Talking Trees there alone with his clone.
But look at the health of Astral Authority. Slowly falling. NAVENTIC almost seems unscathed in this team fight. Wailing coming out. They're diving the backline here. Great Ancestral!
And the mosh pit does get interrupted. Collusion has to retreat, even with Avatar pop. Talking Trees was going to lose his clone in just a moment, and the phase shield going to be there on Equinox. But it's completely absorbed. No shields for him whatsoever. They're just slowly losing this fight.
Yeah, and it's, again, Brightwing just doesn't have the healing here. They have to dive the backline. Equinox trying to make something happen. A 3-man power slide, though, from McIntyre. One's going to be going down. Kenma is losing his health slowly but surely, but he's going to be able to survive. Equinox trying to make it out of this situation, but I don't know if it's going to be all right. Metamorphosis from Fran to be able to survive.
Oh, the fly from Zuna. He's going to get the kill on Equinox.
No B-step is a follow-up. No B-step quite yet, but now slowly NAVENTIC as pushing their lead over and over again. And again, it's the story of Astral Authority's composition, right? Wow. Well, guess what? Tracer's going in. Tracer doesn't get a kill.
That's it. You have to wait. You just have, yeah, if you don't have the kill potential, and the Ancestrals have been on point to deny the kills almost every single time that they've almost been picked up, it's hurting them drastically.
Yeah, it's been really impressive. The Ancestrals coming out from Kenma have actually been so good. Even when the bomb hits, he's not only timing the to keep the target alive through the bomb, but he's waiting till the bomb hits and then instantly hitting the Ancestral, so you get max value out of it. Very well done from him so far in this game. And the beautiful part is Fan, you got to give him credit. He is an Illidan who hasn't been relying on the Ancestral. He's been using it on somebody else, and he's playing the safe game. So really well done on their half, making the adjustments that they need to have success in this game.
So what can Astra do differently? Do they have to focus that Wailing Arrow more on the Rhaegar just to deny that Ancestral from even being able to come out?
So when Tracer dives the backline, you have to get the TP from Brightwing. She moves in, she gets the poly onto the Rhaegar. When that actually happens, you get the kill target there, then you follow up with the Wailing as either securing the kill or more CC on the Rhaegar. But if you're diving the backline, you're just going to have Kenma all day just hitting the good Ancestrals. You're not going to be able to deal with the situation. Lunar is going to get the cleanup. Oh,
Zuna will be able to get out of this with the barrel roll. Now, Dread, I want to ask you, considering the way this composition works, the fact that Brightwing phase shifts in for the phase shield on Tracer, for Tracer to be able to engage, oftentimes with either the Avatar Hat or the clone, would you say it's almost too predictable when they're going to engage, and that's kind of what NAVENTIC's abusing?
Yeah, it's essentially you articulate exactly what you're doing way too easily. Like you essentially express everything that's happening. And let's say you even have the dream situation that you get everything off perfectly and you're diving the backline. All it's going to take is a gust. You have to hit the silence onto the false stat as well. Otherwise, you're just going to be in the same situation. It's like, oh, we burned everything and we didn't get a kill.
All right, Chimera did use one blink charge, but it's a very short cooldown, not the biggest of deals. Just want to make sure he gets back to safety after that power slide. This is the 5th altar spawn, so there are 3 across the map. But look at this zoning. Kenma's channeling it. In the top, Equinox misses his bomb once again after the barrel roll over the wall.
He can hit this.
Yeah, the Q is going to come out from Falstad to stall it out. Yes, it did go in there. So Equinox is now getting collapsed upon here on the top. The phase shift's coming in. Now Brightwing's in a bad spot. Gets Gust into the wall, blinking up to Equinox. They both might get out of this.
They do get out of this for now, but it looks like the Shrine's still going to go over in the into the side of NAVENTIC. A huge skirmish coming out here between these two teams. McIntyre has got pretty aggressive position with the great power slide, but guess what? The Wailing Harrow hits Kenma. He will be falling down at this time, not able to save himself. Talking Tree's clone going to be going down, but that is 2-for-0 for Astral Authority.
But Astral Authority is down to just 8 health to the 32 on the side of NAVENTIC. So for them to be able to turn this around, this is nice. The boss will get them down to 28 hit points on the side of NAVENTIC. But really, I feel like they need to start getting the towers down. If they can get those bell towers and force NAVENTIC to start responding to keep their structures alive, that's what's going to enable Astral to try to crawl back into this.
Yeah, and that's what you see from Astral Authority right now. They're using Sylvanas, securing more of the shots here. They're going to be able to get the tower going in their favor. They're going to get the saplings as well. Then that's going to force a response out of the side of NAVENTIC. But look at NAVENTIC has counter pressure on the other side of the map as well. So they need to make essentially absurdly aggressive moves here because, yes, you do have a level lead at this time, but that power spike is now at 20, right? That's the only time you're going to have a talent tier over your opponent. And this is the farthest amount of XP that you can get is essentially between 16 and 20. It's hard to be able to get that amount of XP, especially with how close this game is and how low your core is. So Astral has to not only play very aggressively, they almost have to play flawlessly.
Well, we'll see what they can do. We will see the Sappers clean up here in the top, but now Astral is putting the pressure onto the bottom lane. They have Sappers that have already been picked up, marching down this lane to continue to apply that pressure. They want to keep NAVENTIC responding, playing cleanup as long as possible. A great rewind there from Equinox. He gets the bomb on Fan, but the Metamorphosis is cast to dodge the damage from the bomb. Fan is quite low, going up into the top row, trying to get away. The Stormbolt will connect, and that is a dead Illidan.
Oh
Equinox.
my gosh, the Equinox will go down. They do go 1-for-1 in this trade here, Jake, and it looks like Astral Authority is going to be backing out. So both of these death timers, 15 seconds offset from one another. So if the Shrine fight goes very long, and NAVENTIC will have a minor advantage.
This is really, really tough because Tracer is the key element for Astral Authority to be able to win fights. They put so much into that basket. And really, considering there are 2 altars on the table, all Astral can hope to do is control one. There's no way they're going to win both.
Yeah, just essentially trading and only capturing one. They are getting aggressive here onto Lunara, though, getting a large amount of damage. Great cleanse coming out from Kemba. Shrines go 1-for-1.
Oh my goodness, Collusion just gets completely melted there, and this is a really bad spot. They're down to 5 hit points on the side of Astral Authority.
Yeah, they are. It's just, Astral has so much that they need to do, and again, you brought it up, you put so many eggs into your Tracer basket that it's like, if you do not have her, what are you going to be able to do here? But that is the playstyle of Astral Authority, and has been for some time. Usually works out for them, but when you're against such a great team like NAVENTIC and having a decent composition to respond to it, it's not looking like it's working out so far.
Okay, well, we do see Frozen X and Chimera trying to just trade out the tower once again, but unable to do so, as we did see Fan and McIntyre controlling this space.
Capturing the Saplings, pushing on the upper half of the map. Saplings captured on the bottom half. Both these teams kind of dancing around one another. One thing to keep in mind is, yes, NAVENTIC does have a, essentially have a kill potential, or excuse me, a man advantage here in this type of situation. Zuna getting a lot of damage. He will be able to barely survive. But they had a man up, and they didn't really do anything with it. One thing that people have to keep in mind is, because there was no Nature's Calling, they don't have like necessarily the greatest siege composition. Having that double melee, and actually McIntyre getting very over-aggressive there.
Beautiful polymorph there, just causing Mac to have no escape whatsoever. I think he was trying to line up a mosh pit.
Yeah.
But with that snap call poly from Chimera, denies him that and picks up a kill. This gives Astral Authority an opportunity to try to crawl back.
Definitely breathing room, especially with Sylvanas. Now she's going to be rotating everywhere. You have Abathur keeping pressure in every single one of the lanes. You're going to get 20 advantage over here. But again, the multiple shrines, you cannot really give up any of the shrines here. Yes, you do have pressure on the map, and yes, you have an advantage, but it's going to be risky. But Collusion
going deep gets the beautiful Stormbolt there, and they blow up Rhaegar with that bomb of Tracer. So this is going to give them that hero advantage for this next altar. Just the lone altar, not necessarily the money situation where they can catch up in terms of health, but they're not at any immediate threat of death.
Equinox being very aggressive as well. The clone will be falling down. They do still have 20 advantage at this time. They're going to be able to get 5 shots, but again, that number is going to be very different. 18 to 5 still at this point. 20 will be slowly achieved for NAVENTIC.
It wasn't actually in time. They're only going to get the 4 damage.
Oh, did he?
I think they're gonna stall it out.
Oh,
now,
they traded. Okay, they traded. That makes sense. I was like, did he accidentally misclick and stop the channel too early? But nah, Frozen's got it under control. The shot calling is real between these two teams, and now they're just going to be getting as much pressure. But again, Astral has been playing very aggressively and almost doing it perfectly, as I said before, that's exactly what they need to do. But now it's essentially, if NAVENTIC is able to just kind of calm down, they're still in a huge control position once they get level 20.
Okay, so Rhaegar just now responding. 20 is here for Astral, so this is kind of a window where we're going to see NAVENTIC play relatively passively, and now that Frozen X has come in, wow, that Q did so much damage from Zuna on Falstad.
Yeah, welcome to the new Falstad, man. He seems to sting really heavily if you can get a lot of the stacks onto his Q here. And 20 is now picked up for NAVENTIC. I want to know what Lunara is going to be looking to go here. If she decides to upgrade her rug, the mobility.
Astral Authority is swinging around the backside. They have control of this bell tower, and we do have the phase shift on Equinox. Power slide back from McIntyre to retreat. They might actually end up staying here to escort the Sappers.
Oh, the bomb being missed onto Zuna there. He will not need the Ancestral to keep himself alive. That would have been all it took to force it. And the Saplings now, the escort here is getting really close. The lack of wave clear, no Nature's Calling for this team. Mac actually goes in.
Beautiful poly and the gust to disengage them. No one has fallen yet in this fight.
Yeah, those are the small shots that really Astral Authority needs to be able to come back into this. But I'm impressed, honestly. They're coming back way more in this late game than I thought they were for the first, I mean, it felt like 14 minutes of this game, it was completely in the hands of NAVENTIC, but now it seems like they've turned it up very much with their aggression here, even posturing to be able to get this boss, just taking any shot they can possibly get here to catch up.
Yeah, they're burning through that boss really quickly too, so that'll be 4 more damage like you mentioned. Now they can just rotate up to the top lane and take out that bell tower. Yes, NAVENTIC did just reclaim their bottom bell tower, but this is still going to keep them in that advantageous position.
Yeah, and now without a bell tower owned, a more positive one for the side of NAVENTIC, they're going to be in a situation where they can't end the game yet.
Yeah, I love that fly from Zuna too, just to make sure they can't pressure that.
Yeah, and so now they aren't going to be able to end a game quite yet. NAVENTIC definitely wants to go 1 for 1 here, while Astral Authority is going to want to deny as many as possible. They're afraid to get down to the one shot. Equinox getting a lot of dive on the back line, Zuna taking a lot of damage and not having Kenma completely split to heal him up.
Oh my goodness, the Assassin will go out on big impact, but the mosh pit on 4 members there of Astral Authority, actually just getting picked apart. Trees there on the Muradin clone doing his best. Equinox gets the blink heal from Chimera, but this team is just in a really bad spot.
Yeah, they are having a bad time. Collusion's going to be falling down as well. That's 2 for 0 in the favor of NAVENTIC. If they get both of these shrines, they will be able to win the game. They're now getting aggressive. Falsehead is going to capture it. Keep in mind, he will have the fly over. Fan going deep. No healer. He's going to be going down. This is so risky. Zuna now flying over. If they get the shots here, it's going to be game. Expect him to zone completely. That's it.
That should be game. Kenma channeling it. And yes, NAVENTIC will take game number 1 over Astral Authority on Towers of Doom.
That game was very well done on the side of Astral. Yes, it seems like the game was in control by NAVENTIC for a large majority of it, but honestly, with how well they played, it felt like the last 5 minutes, minus that last team fight, I have hope for game number 2 for them. Originally going into this, I